Honey, the sun is setting. We have a little golden hour situation going on. Sometimes there are perks to waiting until 6:30 p.m. to shoot your videos. Let me catch this warm tone here. No filter, y'all. Now that I'm done being foolish, I hope that you are all having a wonderful start to your week. I hope that you had a restful, rejuvenating weekend. I hope that your Tuesday is off to a positive start, and thank you for being here today. A couple of weeks ago, I put out a post on my Instagram asking y'all to ask me questions, and although that video is not done yet, someone did ask me how I stay motivated, and I thought that would be just a helpful video in general for right now. I made a video a while back about just tips for staying motivated, but I thought it'd be more helpful because I know a lot of us are trying out the YouTube space right now and figuring out where we fit in on this platform. And I thought I would just create a video about tips for staying motivated on YouTube specifically. I would still consider myself a pretty new YouTuber. I'm still trying to figure out what my voice is and where I fit in on this platform. And I totally understand that it can be kind of overwhelming and difficult to stay motivated when you are in a space that is pretty saturated. So I thought I would just compile a short list of things that I've done and still do to stay motivated on YouTube. I truly believe there's room for everybody on this platform. As a new YouTuber and as someone who has worked behind the scenes in the digital space for a few years now, I really do believe that there is space for everyone, and if this is something that you want to try, then you should go for it, boo. My first tip would be to identify what your purpose is on YouTube. Do you want to share your art? Do you just want to use YouTube as a portfolio? Do you want to make people laugh? Do you want to teach people things? Do you want to motivate people? I personally think it's a lot easier to make creating videos a priority when you have a clear vision for yourself and an understanding, why you want to be on YouTube. It's going to be very hard to find the motivation to pick up your camera and make a video if you don't know why you're doing it. I don't think it has to be anything super deep, and I don't think you have to exactly know why you're online as soon as you post your first video. I think that comes once you start to create more, but try and figure that out so that, it's clear for you and it's clear for your audience. If your main purpose for being online is because you want to become rich and famous, I think it's going to be a lot harder to sustain the motivation to maintain a channel because it's not rooted in a true love for anything. I love people. I love meeting people. I love listening to people's stories. I love making people laugh and inspiring them. I love sharing my story. I love performing, and I love the art of creating videos and just the art of filmmaking, and YouTube has provided me with a platform where I can bring all of those passions together. But I love those things. Even if YouTube didn't exist, I would still do them. All of that to say, just figure out what your purpose is online and what's pushing you to keep creating videos. And I think once you have that very clear in your mind, it'll be easier to find the motivation to do this. The next piece of advice I would give you is to stop comparing the quality of your videos to people who have been creating videos on YouTube for a very long time. I 100% underestimated the level of time and effort that goes into making just a single YouTube video. Even a video like this, I have to write the script, set up my little weak shot, find some lighting, edit. I mean, it seems like I'm just talking to the camera, but this takes a minimum of 4 hours. And we're already losing the lighting, so I didn't even do that great of a job on that part. But seriously, I think because we all see the final product and it seems so effortless when we see our favorite creators on screen, we think that it's that effortless to create the video, but if you do this, it's not easy, and don't get discouraged if your video doesn't look as sharp or, clean as your favorite YouTuber, because your favorite YouTuber has been on the platform for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. You'll get better over time. You just have to keep practicing. It definitely takes patience and practice. This isn't something that you just become amazing at overnight. Your first video is not going to look like your favorite YouTuber's 400th video, but as long as you're putting your best effort into that video, you're creating it with love and you're proud of it, then that is a wonderful video. I wouldn't encourage anyone to look at my old videos because I really thought I was out here creating art, y'all. But my style has evolved, you know. I never used to sit down and talk to the camera just because I didn't think that I could do this, and this is something that I've worked on and I still need to improve. But you know, whatever your style is, you will improve and you will figure out what works for you. Don't be discouraged. The same way that all of us watch multiple creators' videos, your viewers will do the same. You know, just because your video in your eyes might not be as good as another creator's doesn't mean that someone doesn't love what you're making. Like I said before, there is enough space for all of us on this platform, even if you're out here vlogging on a potato, okay? If you're vlogging on that potato with love, you feel me? There's space for you on this platform. My next tip is to take it slow and steady in the beginning. Now you can take or leave this piece of advice. I know a lot of us have different goals on this platform. We have different formats and different time constraints, but I think the best way to avoid creator burnout is to go at a slow and steady pace in the beginning. Quality over quantity always. You don't have to be pushing out content every single day to be worthy of taking up space online. Protect your peace. If putting out a video once every 2 weeks is all you can manage right now with everything else you're juggling, that is 100% okay. And then if you decide you want to change your goals and focus on creating more content, you can totally do that, but don't like make yourself miserable trying to upload because you're just going to resent this process. Nathan Zed is one of my favorite YouTubers, and he be uploading once a month, maybe, if he feels like it. And I appreciate every single video, and I don't feel any type of way. It doesn't make me want to watch his videos any less. You know, he's putting his heart into the videos that he's creating. He's managing his mental health, and I respect that. Go at a pace that works for you. This is supposed to be enjoyable. This is an extracurricular, y'all. You know, you don't have to treat this like we treat everything else, where we have to just like do it until we don't like it. My next tip would be, you don't really need to obsess over your analytics in the beginning. I don't think you need to obsess over your analytics ever, but when you're still trying to figure out what your style is, what you want to do on this platform, you should really focus on creating stuff that feels true to you, things that make you happy, not trying to figure out what the algorithm wants to see or what your viewers want to see. Obviously, if you want to turn this into a career, you know, you have to start treating it like a job and look at your reports and figure out what works for your audience and what doesn't. But I think in the beginning, the most important thing is figuring out what works for you. Say you are a creator who really loves making content about food, and you happen to make a one-off video about plants, and you see that that video really popped off. And if you're so focused on the analytics, you might think, okay, well, this is a great idea. Let me just keep making plant videos, when your passion is really food videos. And the next thing you know, your whole channel is about plants, and you really like talking about cooking, but now you've turned your channel into something that doesn't even really make you happy because you were following the analytics and not really following your true passion. Create what makes you happy first. Create what fulfills you first. Create your lane first. Don't worry about the numbers and the views in the beginning. You know, viewers will come. Really, really focus on what brings you joy when you make it. My next tip would be to set your own digital boundaries. I am someone who genuinely loves YouTube. I don't even own a TV. I watch YouTube so much. The content makes me happy online. Like, I love so many different creators, and I don't feel discouraged when I watch other people's videos. It doesn't make me feel the same way that Instagram does. Like, YouTube brings me joy. I put YouTube on to fall asleep to because I just love it. But if there are things on YouTube or creators or videos that don't make you feel good, you need to make sure you're like creating a safe space for yourself online. If on your, you know, suggestion page you see something that doesn't make you feel great, it makes you feel triggered or insecure, or just doesn't bring joy, click those 3 dots, click not interested or don't recommend this channel. Like, you are allowed to create a safe space for yourself online. This is a space you're coming to create and feel motivated and uplift yourself. If there's anything that you see that doesn't help you feel that way, just remove it. And my final tip would be to find your YouTube community. They don't have to necessarily be people that you've met in real life or even like have a personal connection with, but I think it's so important to find YouTubers that make you happy when you watch them. Just like it's important to find your community IRL, I think finding that community online is so important. When I see Damon or Joe or Jenny upload, it pushes me to create as well because they really inspire me and their content really just like brings joy into my life. And those are all the tips I have for y'all. I hope that this was helpful. I hope that if you are a creator or you're an aspiring creator and you were feeling a little hesitant or you're not feeling motivated, that this gives you the push that you needed, because there is space for you on this platform, I promise you. We need more diversity and different voices and different perspectives. So this is your sign to pick up your camera, pick up your phone, whatever you have, and to get going. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Thank you for your loving and positive and supportive comments. They really make my day when I read them, and I'm just so grateful that not only you take the time to watch my videos, but you take the time to leave a comment. I really just appreciate each and every one of you. I hope that this was helpful. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your week. Thank you for showing up for me, and as always, thank you for being here.